folks, this is my first gym vlog video. This is just a quick little clip of me warming up, to prime my body for the exercise I'm about to do. I'm just doing shoulder presses with 22.5s or 50 pounds for my American folks who may not want to go through the effort of converting everything through Google. So yeah, I'm now grabbing a mobility stick, practicing my snatch technique, behind the neck presses, just general technique stuff. Because even though today's an accessory day, I'm still focusing on improving my technique, because the accessories that I'm doing are as an effort for me to improve my Olympic weightlifting, you know? So just doing some quick little mobility stick stuff before my heavy workouts for my accessories can help me, mentally, like, what's it like, neural adaptations to be able to use my strength accordingly to the specific skills that I'm trying to apply it to, which is in this case Olympic weightlifting style training. This might be a little different from a lot of the videos that you might see from gym folks or like gym goers, especially if you're like on a YouTube thing, because my main thing that I'm trying to improve in is Olympic weightlifting. So a lot of people think of weightlifting as just a general, the act of practicing to, just lifting weights in general, like bench press, stuff like that. But Olympic weightlifting itself is its own sport. It's it has to do with the snatch and the clean and jerk. A lot of folks just think of weightlifting as the recreational act of lifting weights, and that's not true. That's not incorrect technically, but just a little misconception. That weightlifting is its own sport. Now that's just me switching the bars because the bar that was on that squat rack was a 15 kg bar, which is around 35 pounds, not sure, something like that. And I'm switching it with a 20 kg bar, which is like a standard Olympic bar, so it makes it easier for me to calculate how much I'm doing. 20 kg bar, 20 kgs is like 45 pounds. It's like 45 pounds, something like that, yeah. So yeah, that's just me getting ready for. I'm gonna do some front squats because front squats are one of the exercises that translate the best to the clean and jerk. Because when you clean and you catch the bar in like the catching position, you are in all essentiality. You're doing a front squat, and gotta have the strength to stand up with the heavy load on your front rack position and be able to get all the way up and jog. It's just me warming up with the bar, trying to get my body primed. Because a lot of folks like just go straight to the heavyweights, and maybe if you're like crazy strong, like you've been training for like 5 years, maybe that might make sense. But I haven't done front squats for that long. I mostly just did back squats, bench presses, and deadlifts before, around about like a couple months ago, because I used to just because I'll take like strength and conditioning classes, right? And I've kind of been exposed to a lot of different types of like training styles, and the one that was usually the easiest for me was like powerlifting style training. And I was pretty good at it, but ever since I've kind of discovered, Olympic weightlifting, I've really had a love for it, you know. So I'm just trying to practice my own, like by myself when my gym is, empty to improve my skills that more directly translate to the skills that I'm trying to improve in. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Holy shit, I take a long time sitting up, don't I? I just be walking around. I gotta improve that. Okay, I'm just adding 15 kg plate. So 15, it would be 50 kgs in the whole bar, like everything. 50 kgs is like around about 120 pounds. Fun fact, the reason that the name of Olympic weightlifting, the sport, it was just called weightlifting and still is generally just called weightlifting, is because when it was made up, like when it was created, weightlifting was not a thing that was done recreationally. So for all intents and purposes, that was the only form of weightlifting that existed. It was originally the snatch, the clean and jerk, and the clean and press. So when it was introduced, and I think in the first Olympics, it was the first sort of weightlifting that ever existed. So calling it just weightlifting kind of made sense, you know. Like for example, shot put, right? It's the only sort of like shot put sport that exists, right? So that's why it's called like shot put. But like for example, if people sort of recreationally started like throwing shot puts in like a different manner, like instead of like doing it like they were doing like up like vertical, like people would be like, oh, why is it called shot put if I'm doing the recreational act of shot putting? But people forget that it was called shot put because there was no such thing as people doing shot put recreationally before, because the act of people just doing like weightlifting as like a general like way of passing time and a way to improve their bodies is a pretty new thing. Most people just did weightlifting as a sport or just didn't do weightlifting. If you look at old photos of folks, they weren't really not that muscular. Like most people did not really take a part in resistance training at all. It was not a common thing. Yeah, it's not really a common thing in the history of the world. Some people were like more muscular because of either genetics or they had a job that required a lot of building stuff like construction workers. Okay, this is now me doing 70 pounds. Yeah, 70 pounds. This is me doing 70 pounds, 70 kgs. 20 kgs is 160 pounds. I'm doing it for 3, I think, or 2. Am I doing it for 2? Yeah, I was doing it for 2. Because I'm preparing myself for heavy doubles. So, yeah. Now I'm going to switch the 10s to 15s to make it 80 kgs. 80 kgs or 176 pounds. That's an interesting thing about pounds and kgs, right? Is that the difference between kgs feels a lot less prominent than the difference between pounds, right? Because, for example, right, I feel like the difference, okay, so the difference between like 90 kgs and like 80 kgs does not feel like that much. It's only like 10 kgs, right? In metric units, right? But when you think of it like in the imperial units sort of style, it is 200 pounds compared to 176 pounds. That is a huge difference, like really big difference. It's kind of crazy, can't lie. Honest, like metric units feels a lot less difference, a lot less difference, you know, because a lot of folks are like, oh my god, I got like 15 pounds left to lose, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot. But then you like convert it to metric units, and it's like 7 kgs, and I'm like, that's still a lot, but like it's not as much as you just like you'd think if you thought of like 15. And also, I feel like metric units make certain weights feel a lot more light, you know, because I feel like 60 kgs feels a lot heavier, like in concept, like in mind, to then like, oh, what am I doing there? Wait, let me check. Did I add a 15 and a 5? That would have been 15 and a 5. That's 90. That's 90 kgs. But yeah, 130 pounds is a lot, feels a lot less, you know, like heavy than 60 pounds mentally. I think yeah, I switched the second 10 to a 15, and I added a 5. I think that's what I did. Let me check again. Yeah, I was right. It is in fact 200 pounds or 90 kgs. It is technically 199 pounds, but nobody really thinks about the technicality of it that much. Yeah, it's a pretty decent weight. It's a little over my body weight. Right now I weigh 87 kgs or 191 pounds. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just moving smooth. Good range of motion, all that. You know, I think I'm now switching the 5s to a 10s, so that will make it 100 kgs or 220 pounds. Yeah, a lot of people think that 225 pounds is 100 kgs. It is technically 102. But yeah, metric units and imperial units don't always measure perfectly together. That's why a lot of folks because a lot of powerlifting and weightlifting competitions are in kgs. So a lot of folks who live in a country of imperial units, which is just America and I think Liberia, find it difficult when they compete because basically they have to adapt to a whole new like unit, because the rest of the world uses metric units, right? But they don't. But the rest of the world knows how to accommodate metric units. So like no, not metric units, imperial units. So for example, a lot of folks in like the U.S. Is this me doing it? Yeah, it's 100 kgs. A lot of folks accommodate people with pounds. Like people, everyone knows how to convert pounds to kgs, kinda, and everyone knows how to convert feet to centimeters. But nobody in America like knows what a kg is, which is so fucking annoying sometimes. Swear to God, man. Like honest. Now I'm switching. Now I think I'm putting on a 5, so that would be 110. This is my previous 2 rep max. Yeah, that was my previous 2 rep max for the front squat. It was kind of crazy though, because my front squat has improved a lot. When I started out, I couldn't do the front rack position, so it was just really difficult for me. So I was just holding it out, like holding it like how you do, like how I like just holding the bar, not even like so like it would put so much strain on my arms. But nowadays, no, I can actually do the front rack position, so that's led to me improving my front squat a lot. You know, I have more elbow mobility, shoulder mobility, all of that. Now this is me attempting a new PB, a new personal best. This would be 125 for 2 reps. This is me getting ready. You know, sometimes I take my good minute to get ready. Okay, so I'm holding it. Nice, smooth. Yeah, I got that good range of motion. You know, going deep. I never. Oh, what the hell, bro? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I failed my first attempt. Okay, but I didn't. Okay, now I'm just cleaning up the bar. You know, because I knew that the issue wasn't my strength, because I had the strength. It's just that I lost control during the second half of the front squats, right? The second rip of the front squats. So I knew I had the strength. I just lost kind of mobility for it. I did end up pulling out, but the thing about weightlifting that people don't really know about is that it's pretty damn safe. Like it is pretty hard to, unless you're doing something like ridiculously dumb. Like you don't, if there's always a way to kind of like avoid getting injured, right? With back squats, you can really just drop it. Like you can just throw it back behind you. With front squats, you literally just throw it in front of you. And like in this scenario, I literally just squatted and I was like, yeah, I lost mobility. I just threw it in front of me on the squat rack thingy, and just kind of lift. And now I'm stripping off the bar, and I'm gonna reattempt the same weight, because I know I could do it. I knew I could do it. It was just a matter of stability. It was just that I placed my feet wrong, so I lost balance. But I definitely have the strength and the ability to do it. So I'm gonna try again. Yeah, I finally got the 2 reps in the 125 kgs. The 125, I believe, is 270 something pounds. Let me search it up just real quick. Yeah. This is now me doing front squats, no back squats. This is me doing the same weight. I was like, nah. Because the thing is, even though I'm a lot stronger on back squats, I still need to prime myself. I still need to warm up. And I think hitting off to the super heavy weights after like just doing front squats for like a minute, I still need to like warm up like how I would usually. Because the front squats and the back squats, although both being squats, are in fact different movements that require different leg muscles, so you still need to warm them up separately. I still managed to get 2 reps, I think, or 3 reps, because I think I was doing 3 reps with the back squat. Yeah, I did 2 reps, but I do end up doing 3 reps for the rest of the ones. Yeah, I was in fact correct. 175, no, 125 kgs is in fact 275 pounds. Okay, now this is me doing 90 kgs on the back squat, because I realized that the 125 wasn't probably moving as fast as it should have. Not because I'm lacking strength, but just because I lacked preparation. So doing a bit of lighter weight would probably prepare my muscles a little bit more. Because the thing is, even though the front squat is a squat variation, I believe it works different parts of the legs. Um, the high bar squat or the back squat is more quad focused, while the front squat has a little bit more like glutes and hamstrings. I might be wrong, but I know they work different parts of the legs. I just may be wrong on which specific parts of the legs they are working. Now this is me loading up 130 kgs for 3 reps. This is pretty close to my old one rep max. This was me just trying to getting ready for heavy back squats again, because I haven't done them in a minute. So I just did 130 for 3. Yeah, nothing too crazy. It was moving pretty smoothly. Yeah, this is a pretty good 130 for 3 reps. My old one rep max was 140, but this is actually a video, not from the same day, but a video from my training session on Friday, where I did back squats again. This is me doing 140 for 2 reps, and I had pretty good technique. So this kind of shows that I've gotten a lot stronger the last few months. So that's pretty good. 140 for 2 reps. Now this is just a quick little clip of me showing my accessories that I did that day. Not like, well, everything was an accessory, but just like the ones that were not like really crazy compound movements that I'd spent a lot of time in. Doing some bent over rows, some snatch pulls, you know, they're kind of like deadlifts, but you kind of shrug at the top a little. Probably should have arched my back a little more. Doing some lateral raises. I did a couple sets of those, but I just didn't record them for some reason. Not sure. I did like 3 sets of them. Lateral raises are pretty good because the side delts don't really get fatigued that much. This is me doing incline dumbbell bench. Yeah, I was doing alright. My triceps were pretty fatigued though, so my chest didn't get as much of a workout as they could have. Yeah. This is me doing 35s, I think, 35 kgs. This is why my triceps were fatigued, because this was my training session the day before. I was doing push presses with 32.5 kgs, which is 71 pounds. Oh yeah, and also 35 is 77 pounds. 35 kgs on each hand was 77 pounds for the incline press. This is me doing slam ball thrusters. This was 55 kgs, over half my body weight, 121 pounds. Yeah, that's work my triceps a lot. This is a video from a previous training session where I'm doing the same weight on the incline bench, but you can see that, you know, it's moving a lot smoother. I'm just trying to show that, you know, it was just a one-time thing. My triceps were just really fatigued because I hit a really heavy, like, quote-unquote push workout the day before. So this was just really just fatiguing my triceps because I was doing the slam ball thrusters in that, and it was like 55 kgs. That was pretty heavy. Over half my body weight, 121 pounds. Now this is the last accessory for the day. This is slam balls, bull slams, because the actual balls are called slam balls, but the action is also slam balls, like slamming balls on the floor. It's basically just me grabbing a really heavy ball and trying to throw it as hard as I can to the floor. This was me doing 45 kgs, a little over half of my body weight. 45 kgs is 100 pounds. Yeah. So this is me throwing around 100 pounds. You know, just throwing it to the floor, like picking it up, putting it as high as I can, and throwing it to the floor as hard as I can. The purpose of this exercise is basically just to improve my power output, you know, because power is a really specific thing that's important to weightlifters, you know, because weightlifting, unlike powerlifting, is not about overall force generation, it's about rate of force generation. So me practicing throwing something really heavy works to develop that skill, because as you see, like with the way that I like my legs raise and that, like I'm basically using my whole body to generate as much fast power as much as possible, generate as much, you know, force generation, you know, just generate like strength as fast as possible. How much of my strength can I like encompass in the quickest amount of seconds? And yeah, that's basically it. This is a cool back pump photo. Nothing too crazy. And thanks for watching. This is my gym vlog video. Thank you for watching.